Okay. Yeah, I have a few things to update you on, I guess. This is gonna be I have no idea what I'm gonna title this video, but it might be pretty long, I guess you'll know by now. Just gonna give you an update on all the media that I've picked up and stuff like that, and life update. Gonna be talking about why I haven't been making a video for a while. I don't know if this angle is any good, but you know, whatever, it's like 2 AM, so I can't really find great lighting. Okay, yeah, so this is gonna be could mention this is gonna be a pretty odd mixture of life update and media update. I hope you can enjoy the update in a few minutes after I've talked about some live stuff. Well, although I'm not gonna be that I'm not gonna go in depth really, but I thought that I should maybe owe you an update after a month and a half of not having made videos. And it's no particular reason really. I've just been feeling like shit. That's the honest reason. I mean, that's the yeah, I don't know. It's not really a whole lot of. I mean, I've talked about some of this stuff before. Not feeling great all the time. I mean, whatever. I've talked about depression before, briefly, I guess, and I've talked about some stuff that has been going on, I guess, in my mind. I've been talking about my life and me not being all that happy all the time. Anyway, some of this stuff has just been going on lately to the point where I felt no reason to make a video. Haven't had energy to make a video. Haven't had energy to do a lot of things, but I haven't really wanted to make videos because I don't know. I've had no interest to make videos, no excitement, enjoyment to make videos, which is a shame really, because making videos is something I love doing really. It's just that it's not really been that enjoyable for a while, and so it just got to a point where I was like, I'm not enjoying life and I'm not enjoying YouTube, so I don't know. This is gonna be, yeah, like I said, I hope you can go from this depressing intro to you know, the good stuff later on. I will be honest. I mean, lately I haven't really felt you know, haven't really been in the mood to watch stuff, and haven't enjoyed watching stuff like before, which makes sense. If you're depressed, you know, you just don't get that same enjoyment out of what you kind of used to enjoy, or the stuff you actually do love, but you know, there's just this darkness and this haze that it's difficult for anything to get through that. But I mean, I'm not, I don't know, I mean, yeah, this is really depressing, or sounds really depressing, but I just thought, I was just sitting here, you know, unable to sleep, and the reason, why am I unable to sleep, you ask? Well, because I've been sleeping, that's all I do. Because I don't want to do anything, I just sleep. No, but yeah, I was just sitting here thinking to myself, okay, it's been a month and a half since I made a video. I've been thinking about, you know, making an update video, DVD and Blu-ray update video. I haven't really been wanting to talk about anything else, but I thought, well, let's just talk about some of it for the hell of it. But I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna be feeling better in a while. That's the way I feel right now. This is not gonna pass in a week. You know, this is gonna. I'm in a kind of period right now of my life where it's just not awesome. Which I've said before, and it's been like that before. But I don't know. I don't know if it's different now, or if it just feels worse because this is what's going on now. But obviously there's a difference because I haven't made videos, so there's that. But anyway, what I was gonna say, I don't really see myself feeling a whole lot better in a while. Who knows? It might turn around. But I thought I don't wanna be away for months. You know, I wanna at least give you something, even though it's not a happy video right now. I'm gonna get to the happy stuff. I'm gonna talk about, have a big stack of movies here, and I'll talk about some other stuff that I've picked up and that I've been doing and stuff. But yeah, I just thought that I should upload something, and I think, like I said, I think it's gonna be a pretty long video. So I don't know. There's a few things to update you on. in terms of media. So I'll do that. I'm gonna try to let's just try to pretend that nothing is wrong. You know, let's just talk about some movies and some TV shows and stuff like that, and some games. I got a PS4 a while ago, and I guess I can start talking about that. I got a PS4 and I got a few games. So, I don't know when I talked about this. It's been a couple months, I guess, since I talked about me wanting to get into games. And I did. I bought a PS4 pretty shortly after I talked about it. I just missed having a controller in my hands. It's right here, by the way. Yeah, I've enjoyed. It just feels like this fits in my hands. I don't know. It's been fun to play. And the first game I bought was GTA 5, which was very enjoyable. For the most part, I mean, I finished it actually. I finished it recently, and pretty long game, and enjoyable. Pretty easy. I mean, I haven't played in years, and this was only a couple missions. I mean, I didn't really have any real problems with any missions at all. There were a couple missions where I died, you know, multiple times. Especially the last one where you didn't really spawn as, I mean, there weren't as many checkpoints, so to speak. So that one took me a bit longer. But overall, it wasn't really that difficult. But I enjoyed it. I mean, great story. I mean, it's just an insane amount of detail to this game, and you know, an insane amount of story time. You know, they said that the voice actors apparently spent 3 years recording voices and you know, face. I don't know what they call it. I forget what they call it, but they put dots in your face to try to get a similar looking animated character out of that, I guess. So yeah, GTA 5, I enjoyed it. Then I got this, because I felt like playing something else. This was a while ago. It's a game called Journey, which I definitely enjoyed. I recommend checking that out. And then I picked up this Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition. This one I have not played very much of. I enjoyed it. I played it for like 2 days, and I think I did 1 out of 20 missions, and then I was just running around killing some orcs, trying to get the hang of the game. And it was kind of fun, but I haven't played it since then, and this was a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I guess. So I don't know if I'm gonna get back to it. It was fun, but I feel no desire to get back to it right now. Maybe I will. This one I haven't played yet. It looked kind of fun, and so I picked it up. I just wanted a few games to play. So Mad Max. Yeah, I haven't really enjoyed it as much as I thought I would playing games, but you know, it's been kind of fun to play GTA 5. I think I just kind of need to find the games that I really want to play, and maybe those games will be on PS3, maybe they will be on the Wii. Maybe I need to kind of try out a few different consoles before I kind of figure out what it is I want to play these days, because I have played the Wii before and really enjoyed it, and I know that that's not the most popular console now. I mean, they don't even make Wii games anymore. I mean, that there is that Wii U thing, which I don't know exactly what that is, but anyway. But speaking of I'll just turn the camera around. Speaking of the PS4, you know, obviously you can access Netflix and HBO Nordic. So I've been watching a lot of Netflix stuff. Currently watching Lady Dynamite, which is a fun show with Maria Bamford, which I found out about through the documentary Comedians of Comedy, which I don't know if I can find that on here now. Is there a... oh, cool. Watch it again. So I'll go through the stuff that I watched before. But continue watching. Yeah, Lady Dynamite, the Comedians of Comedy. She was one of the people who were on that kind of road movie, stand-up comedy documentary kind of thing. And I thought she was kind of funny, and then I became intrigued with her because she has talked about her mental illnesses, and they're way worse than mine, I suppose. I mean, you know, she, I don't know, her comedy and her personality intrigued me, and I found out about this show, Lady Dynamite, which is by the guy who did Michael something. the guy who did Arrested Development. And so I just thought, and it was a Netflix show, so I thought that okay, let's check it out, and it's pretty funny. I'm not going to be able to talk about these in depth, but Spy Hard. This is kind of annoying. It says 3 minutes remaining. That's just the credits, I mean, how do I remove this without, whatever. But Spy Hard. I've seen this before. I just thought I'd check it out again. It's alright. Family Guy, season 13, episode 3, it says on there. I just watched the Simpsons crossover, which was quite funny. And I'm currently watching Stranger Things, which so far is good. But I've seen the first half of the show, maybe a week ago. And I don't fully... I'm not fully on board on the hype train, but it's good. And I'm watching this. It's alright. 20,000 Days on Earth. And Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I watched 3 episodes of season 2 so far. Anyway, let's see what I've been watching. Let's just go through this quickly. All Work, All Play. I didn't see this whole thing. I didn't like it really. Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. I watched this a couple days ago. I've seen this before. Barkley Marathons. I've watched a bunch of documentaries. Backstreet Boys. Show him what you're made of. I don't know. This was actually pretty good. I like this. I don't rate titles, by the way, so I don't know what these, supposedly these Netflix ratings are based on your own ratings or whatever, but I don't rate stuff, so I don't know exactly what those ratings are based on. But Age of Champions, yeah, this was not very good. Froning, I didn't really like that too much. Craig Ferguson, I'm Here to Help. Yeah, this was a pretty good stand-up set, or stand-up set. Atari Game Over, From Fat to Finish Line. This I turned off after a few minutes. Trophy Kids, Zach Galifianakis Live, Iris, really good documentary. Video Games, the movie. You see, I've watched a bunch of documentaries here. Orange is the New Black, season 3 and 4. Very enjoyable. The finale was season 4 really steps it up in terms of drama. It almost becomes a bit too much at the end. It's just really traumatizing. I mean, I'm not saying I was traumatized. I've read other people who were traumatized, saying they were traumatized, and I can see why. Some bad shit goes down in this season, and it's definitely pretty emotionally devastating at times. And so I don't know if they overdid it in some cases. I don't know. But it was good, for sure. I'm looking forward to season 5. This was I wasn't a big fan of this one. The Right Stuff. This was amazing. I really loved this. 3 hours 12 minutes. I just enjoyed every minute of it. This was great. This is the one that I was mentioning before. The Comedians of Comedy. Generation Iron, bodybuilding documentary that I've seen before. Fed Up. Did I watch this? Yeah, most of it. Startup, really good British prison drama. Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead. I turned this off very quickly. Fittest on Earth. This was really good. Peaky Blind. What's going on here? I haven't seen this. I think I must have accidentally rated this. Okay. Prescription Thugs. I did give this 3 stars apparently. This was really good. Maybe I should have given it 4. Wet Hot American Summer. This was so funny. Really odd comedy. And the TV show should be on here too, because I did see that as well. Maybe I've watched other stuff that is not on here either. I don't know. Grace and Frankie, I watched both seasons of this, which was quite good. So anyway, I just thought that I mentioned what stuff I've been watching on Netflix. Now, 15 minutes into the video, let's get to the main portion of the video. I have a bunch of titles to talk about, so let's turn the camera around and let's see what I've picked up. Okay, so I just I just filmed this little clip here. I just talked about the 4 titles that I'm about to show you without turning the camera on. I forgot to press record, so I don't know if that has ever happened before. I have gotten out of this whole YouTube thing. Anyway, 4 titles that I haven't seen yet. Westworld. I bought this ages ago, or a few months ago, because I wanted to see this before the TV show came out, and now the TV show is out. But I don't think I can concentrate on this type of movie right now, so I'll just wait a little while, and then I'll watch this, and after that I'll watch the TV show. I was really looking forward to the TV show, and I've heard good things, which I'm not surprised about. But let's keep them in frame, just for the hell of it. But I will watch the movie. I just wanted to see the movie before, and so I will watch that eventually, and then the TV show, The Witch. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. That's a new release over here in Sweden, and this one too, Bloodfather. And this one is out of print. This became out of print pretty quickly. This steelbook of The Burning. Must say, this is one of the nicest looking releases that I have in my collection, period. This cover is amazing. And I think the movie will be quite good as well. This is a pretty classic slasher from 1980. Yeah, so fairly early, I guess. And yeah, and great special features on here too, by the looks of it, so I can't wait to see that. I received it today, or maybe yesterday. I didn't open my door yesterday, so it might have arrived yesterday. I didn't bother to check the mail. But yeah, it looks really good. I'll watch it. I would have seen it today if it wasn't for the fact that I can't really enjoy anything but light entertainment at that moment. I'll just show you this randomly. I was gonna show you this before. I found this very cheap online, so I just picked it up. I put in a bid, and then nobody else overbid. This is a Simpsons Return of the Living Dead parody. I will call more paramedics, which is brilliant. A brilliant combination of one of the best recurring jokes in The Simpsons and one of the funniest jokes in the movie Return of the Living Dead. Then we have some more characters in the back here. So yeah, pretty funny stuff. Okay, I'll try to get through this whole stack. I guess I don't need to keep this video short. I haven't made a video for a long time, so if this video is gonna be long, I guess. Well, I guess let's just make it long. District 9. I found this at a second-hand store not very long ago. I've seen this before, but I want to see this again. So I don't remember too much. I know that I wasn't a big fan of it, but then I kept hearing people. Well, I didn't dislike it in any way, but I know that people was raving on about it after I saw it, and I was like, what, did I miss something? Yeah, I think I did. So I gotta see that again. And I'll just start by showing you the stuff that I bought at second-hand stores. I'll be pretty brief. This was a really good Swedish movie. I don't watch a lot of Swedish movies, but this one I was glad to find. This is called The Reunion in English. Really good drama. I'm not gonna talk too much about this, but this I would highly recommend. And this next one, a Swedish movie called Life is a Schlager, I guess. I mean Schlager. That's if you know about the Eurovision Song Contest. If you live in Europe, I guess you know about that. If you live in the United States, I have no idea if that's known over there. But the pre-shows that the different countries do before, at least when it comes to Sweden, there's a genre called Schlager that is very popular. Usually this is kind of well, when people hear that word, they tend to think of this Swedish pre-show before the Eurovision Song Contest. Really horrible music, you know. But this is about a mom who's really into that music, and then she gets to perform in that show. It's a fun, cheesy comedy that I saw with my mom years and years ago. When is this from? 2000. So I was 8 years old in 2000. So it must have been a few years after that we saw it. But the thing is with this movie that I remember this so well. I remember almost everything about this movie, but I don't know if I've seen it since then. I mean, I must have seen this more than once, because otherwise I don't know why this would have stuck in my memory the way it did. But I haven't seen this in... Even if I did see this after, me and my mom saw it on TV or on VHS that one time. Even if I did see it again after, it's been a very long time. So this movie has stuck in my memory, and I did not expect to enjoy this very much again these days, but I really did. It's a fun, cheesy comedy. I just had some of it on in the background while I was surfing online, but I really liked it still. Anyway, Timeout number 3. This is the third DVD that is available. That I never found this before. A Swedish kind of panel humor show where it says Sweden's most popular quiz show about sports, where sport knowledge is not always the most important thing. This is better actually. For you who love, hate, or don't care about sports. So for everybody, we belong to the latter category. I don't care about sports, but it's like Britain, the UK. They have a lot of those types of shows where you have two teams on either sides, and then you have a sort of a judge in between, or whatever. And it's all for comedic purposes, and they kind of riff back and forth on various subjects. This is one of those types of shows, and it's about sports. And it says here on the bottom, which I never knew, never really cared really, but it says based on They Think It's All Over, which I guess might be a UK show with a similar theme, because most Swedish shows, they're based on a UK show or some other show. At least these kind of reality shows and game shows. I found this VHS, which I had no idea what this was. It says Rowan Atkinson. The Swedish title is completely different. Yeah, VHS. It's completely different from the English one. Laughing Matters. This is one episode with Rowan Atkinson and maybe a few other people from this show that is apparently called Laughing Matters, which I don't know anything about. And this is on YouTube, which I didn't know, but I would have bought this anyway, because I kind of found, I don't know, I just thought that buying some obscure VHSs could be kind of fun. And they cost 5 crowns at this one place that I go to sometimes, which is not very much. So I don't have a VHS player though, so my mom has one. Maybe I'll steal hers. No, but actually her player stopped working recently. But then I remember that I had an old Blu-ray player, and so she was able to use that instead. So I'll try the VHS player or the VHS DVD combo player on with my TV. Maybe it works here, I don't know. Okay, this one I received recently and I watched yesterday. Didn't really enjoy it until the ending. Slime City. This is from 1988, I think. This is a Swedish new release, and this is coming out on Blu-ray too, I think, in the States, with the second one, a Blu-ray combo pack with this one and Slime City Massacre from 2010. And yeah, I'm sure that's a better release than this, but I've heard about this movie for years, and I have a vague memory of watching some kind of trailer or something many years ago, and the movie looked crazy. But now that I watched it, it didn't seem as crazy. So I don't know if I've just, my memory of that trailer has changed through the years, or if it was a different movie, or if I wasn't as used to this stuff then, and it just seemed more crazy to me than it did now. I don't know. Or maybe they just used all the best stuff in the trailer, but I doubt it, because all the best stuff is in the ending, and they wouldn't spoil the ending like that. They wouldn't include that in the trailer, would they? I don't know. But yeah, this is a pretty boring movie until the ending, which is great. There's something about the ending, the way it's filmed, and the colors, and the disgusting special effects, which is just amazing to watch. I had to watch it again after the movie was over. It's only a few minutes, but I'd say that it's worth sitting through. Or if you like special effects, or practical effects in horror movies, kind of gross out effects, that are actually pretty well done. This is a really low budget movie, which looks shitty all the way through the movie. Everything about it is pretty low budget. So some of the stuff in the ending is pretty impressive. But if you like that stuff, maybe you can find the ending on YouTube. I just moved my water bottle, if you wonder what that was. Well, anyway. So, maybe you can find the ending to this on YouTube, if you're curious. Well, that's, yeah, that was not a secondhand store pickup, that was a pre-order. I can show you some other pre-orders now, I guess, that I got from Sweden, cdon.com. The Nice Guys. This was good, but I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it that much. Maybe I wasn't in the mood, I don't know. I watched this pretty recently, maybe a week ago, so maybe that explains it. But it was quite good. I enjoyed it. Some funny jokes in this, and they were both very good. Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, they both had some fun. They had some really funny banter for sure. And I think I will enjoy this more if I watch it again in the future. But I really did think that was quite good. Remember, with Christopher Plummer. This one I heard about for a while. I heard about this a while ago, and then I was gonna buy the US Blu-ray, but then I just never did. And then I saw that the Swedish Blu-ray was coming out, so I pre-ordered that. It's basically about Christopher Plummer. Okay. Christopher Plummer. You gotta open your mouth when you speak. Christopher Plummer. This is about him. He lives in a retirement home, whatever they call it, and he is suffering from dementia, fairly advanced dementia, and he goes out on a quest to kill the man. You kind of find out a little bit throughout the movie, but it's not really spoiling it by saying that it's about him seeking for the man who killed his family back in Auschwitz, because he is a survivor, and his family, when he was very young, his family was killed by a man in Auschwitz, and then I guess he feels it's time to avenge him. I don't know exactly why he waited so long, or how he knew the name of the man who killed his family. I don't know exactly how he would know that, but I don't know. I guess he could have witnessed it in the camp. But anyway, so yeah, it's about that. All these years later, so he's a German. He speaks with a German accent, Christopher Plummer, and it's very suspenseful, very good. Christopher Plummer is excellent, masterful actor, really. The ending threw me off, I gotta say, and I thought about the ending for a while, and kind of was on the fence for a while, and I kind of was able to accept it to some extent, but I will say that I was a bit disappointed with the ending. I didn't really like exactly what they were doing, what they tried to do, and I kind of get it, but it just didn't seem believable to me, and it kind of put me off a little bit. Yeah, maybe threw me off is not the right expression, but it put me off for sure, unfortunately. Still, it was a good movie that I would definitely recommend if you want to see an actor at work, so to speak. Anyway, The Jungle Book. Watched this the day it came out, the day I received it in the mail here in Sweden. The day it came out here in Sweden. Really loved it. I thought it was great. I like the original Jungle Book quite a bit. I like the songs. Usually not a fan of musicals, but I guess Disney, they have a way of making it work, and I do love the songs of the original Jungle Book, and it has been one of those movies over the years that stands out in terms of a musical musical performances in the movie, because usually when they appear in movies, they don't appear very often for me because I don't watch musicals, but when they do, I'm like, oh, let's just get past this song. But in the Jungle Book, it's really not like that. But anyway, I don't know why I talked about that for so long. But this, I have so much to say about this, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. It's a really good adaptation, and I guess the reason why they're making so many Disney adaptations now is because the Jungle Book was so successful. I don't know if they would have done that otherwise, but it seems like they gave the sort of a green light or whatever to a bunch of other adaptations because of the Jungle Book. I have no idea, but it seems that way. Okay, this one is called yeah. Well, this is the French title here. This one, yeah, catalog title that is released by, well, it says Studio Canal here. It's released by Studio S Entertainment, Swedish distribution company, and they released this movie, this French comedy with Jean-Paul Belmondo, who you might know from Godard's Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless, and that was the only movie that I had seen with him before. But this is much later. This is 1977. This is a sort of slapsticky comedy, pretty fast-paced, and I enjoyed it. It was funny. That definitely caught my attention when I saw that was going to be released. Okay, so that was those were the CD-ON pre-orders, and then I have, let's see, I have one Arrow title more here. Matinee by Joe Dante. Really enjoyable movie. Unlike this is one of those movies that is really difficult to categorize. It's not a horror movie. It's sort of a comedy, but it mixes various genres together very well, and has a very self-aware, kind of self-awareness to it, which just makes it stand out. And it's made by Joe Dante. He obviously has a love for these old 50s monster movies, and that's what this is about. It's about John Goodman's character, who is one of those directors. He is apparently very much inspired by William Castle, who I don't know really who that is, but he was an old horror director who used a bunch of novelties, I guess, in his movies and in the theaters. And it's about John Goodman. He makes one of those movies, and then he comes to the theater himself to set the whole experience up, because it's much more than just a movie. It's an experience with buzzers in the seats and stuff like that. And so it's about that. It's and then it's about these two kids who go to see the movie. Anyway, it's okay. So it's a really good movie. I'm sorry, my energy is running low here, if you hadn't noticed already. And the battery is blinking too, so that's a bit annoying. There's so much more I could say about this, but really good. Okay, so a couple things from Amazon UK. Big Bang Theory Season 9. I love this show. I think a lot of stuff happened in this season which kind of needed to happen. Now I feel like they can keep going for a few more seasons, which they might have done that anyway. And I hope that the ratings will, stay up, because that's why they cancel or renew shows, obviously. So I hope that people will keep watching this show, because I really enjoy this show still. But a lot happened in this show, in this season, which I'm looking forward to seeing how that develops. And it's just a good show. Don't take it too seriously. It's just a fun show, which I love all the references to, pop culture, stuff like that. Nobody else does that in the same way. Green Room. I was a bit disappointed with this. I can totally see why people love it, but it just didn't do much for me really. It was good. I might watch it again someday, but I didn't love it. It wasn't quite as nasty as I thought either. There are some gory scenes for sure, some gruesome stuff, but people had been going on about how gory this movie was, and it didn't really live up to me. That hype didn't really live up. It didn't live up. It didn't live up to that hype for me. And then this is a horrible cover here, which I just would have preferred the DVD cover for this. But this is I don't know if it comes off on camera. I don't think it does really. But this is painful to look at off camera. It just does something to your eyes that is just unpleasant. Obviously a lenticular cover, but yeah, Ash vs Evil Dead. have a lot to say about this too, but I don't know, I'll just be brief. I enjoyed it, but I realized when I watched it, when I watched it back with the commentary, that I don't know, this doesn't have a whole lot of rewatchability for me. A lot of the stuff is just very flat. A lot of the jokes and the action is very flat and straightforward. And I don't know. I think the IMDb rating is a bit generous. I can totally see. I'm not gonna argue with fans who completely put this show down. I'm not gonna argue at all. I'm not gonna do that. I enjoyed it for sure, and I liked the show, and I'm looking forward to season 2. I don't have stars, so I'm gonna have to wait until the Blu-ray comes out in about a year. But I enjoyed it, but I kind of realized after I watched it that it's not great. It's fun. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, there's so much more to be said about that, but let's just move on. Okay, a couple things that I bought because I wanted to see. I have these on DVD, but I wanted to upgrade. Both good movies, really good movies. Jackie Brown, this one I absolutely loved now, the second time I watched it. When I saw it a few years ago on DVD, I was a bit confused because Tarantino obviously has his own way of telling a story in terms of time, and I was really confused by some things in this. And there's a lot you have to pay attention to, a lot of different levels in the story. This time I got it. And that definitely helps if you get it. Anyway, it's a really good movie, a really good Tarantino movie. That not as many people talk about that as the big ones, I guess. No Country for Old Men, another fantastic movie. I mean, holy crap! I didn't really get this movie either last time I watched it, because this has also like, yeah, actually, I mean, I'll say the same thing here, but in a different way. This is a very odd way of telling the story. It leaves a lot of things out to the viewer. It doesn't let the viewer know everything, and it doesn't really give any answers to anything at all. And it focuses on things that movies don't usually focus on, in terms of storytelling and in terms of the way the story is unfolded. Or is that even a word? Well, I think you know what I'm trying to say. The way it's told, the way it's presented to the viewer. And it's confusing, a little bit confusing, and it's not completely clear what the hell this movie is about. Definitely not clear. But I have my interpretation for sure, and it definitely has to do with Tom Lee Jones' character and the title. He's an old man. There's a connection between him and the title. That's all I'll say. Yeah. That's the way I see it, and it's fantastic. I could watch this again right after I saw it. Well, maybe not, but I could have watched this the next day. But yeah, I'm gonna watch this many more times in the future. Okay, I have a couple more second-hand store pickups. This absolutely horrible movie. I turned this off after half an hour. Welcome to Verona. They've been so clever with the title here. Welcome, and they've Swedishified the English word welcome. It says these stickers. I'm gonna leave this on for sure, because this is nostalgia. You don't see this anymore. When you used to go to the DVD or VHS rental store, whatever the fuck they're called, you used to see these on some titles, and they were very arbitrarily placed out on certain DVDs and VHSs. And apparently somebody decided that this is the best film choice. This is the one that they recommended. Bullshit. Nobody would recommend this movie. Nobody in their right mind would recommend this movie. I don't know. It was just bad. Not good at all. And I had to turn that off. Something was just off with that movie. The acting and the story, it just, something was not right, and it gave me the creeps in a way. I don't know. It was not good. I had to turn that off. Galapagos. Anyway, I feel like I've shown this before. Have I shown these before? Anyway, I found this at a second-hand store quite a few months ago. I think. Well, yeah, a few months ago. and I'm currently watching this one. Actually, it's right next to me, so I might as well show it. Living Planet. And after that, I'm gonna watch this. No, wait. After that, I'm gonna watch this one, which I was not gonna include in the update, but I guess I did now. Zoo Quest in color. Yeah, I just haven't gotten to this yet because I only watch the Living Planet very sporadically. So I'll finish that show and then I'll go back to watching David Attenborough's, basically his first show, I think. I think this is about fairly controversial these days, maybe, or maybe even back then, I don't know. But it's about I think it's called Zoo Quest because I think they go out and they look for animals that they can bring back and into captivity. Yeah, and I think that's what it's about. They go out on their quest to find these exotic animals that perhaps are not in UK zoos at the time. Maybe they weren't at the okay. Grammar aside, you know what I'm trying to say. So there's that, but I haven't gotten to this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So, but Galapagos, this is a much later show, and kind of when I bought this, I was like, should I really get this, because I kind of want to see as much David Attenborough stuff on Blu-ray as possible, and this is very recent too, 2014. So you know this would definitely benefit from Blu-ray. But I just thought, I'm not going to find it for this cheap, nowhere near this price on DVD or Blu-ray, so I'll just buy this. I guess DVD is fine, you know. But then I saw later on, or I discovered later on, that I don't think this is available on Blu-ray. Or if it is, maybe it's some kind of foreign release. But I think this was mainly just released on DVD. So, yeah, I think so. But anyway, okay, a couple more Amazon.uk, co.uk secondhand purchases. ER season 10. I love this show. You know, it's cheesy, but I like it a lot. And I picked up this Mighty Boosh Live Future Sailors Tour. I recently watched the show and I enjoyed it. And this has I'm not gonna fold this whole thing out, but this has a Future Sailors Tour from 2008. I guess I thought it was 2009, but I guess it's from 2008. And then it has the 2006 tour as well, which was much better than the 2008 show. Yeah, the 2006. I really enjoyed the 2006 one, and the 2008 one I couldn't really get into, so I kind of had it on in the background. And then it comes with these cards too, which I don't really want these. I would have preferred just this, you know, because this is I get no enjoyment out of this really. But we have these cards with the characters from the show. Pretty impressive that they did this, and they have all this, you know, all these inside jokes, I guess. But anyway, the show is good. I like the show a lot. It's a very strange comedy, and the first show definitely lives up to that strangeness. Although, of course, there's a lot of stuff they can't do on the stage, but they're able to make it work. So, should I keep going? I have more stuff to show, but the battery's blinking. I'll just show this one more box set. I bought this Early Murnau 5 films, 1921 to 1925. These movies. Bought this one for The Last Laugh, which I watched, and it was very good. Obviously, a very good silent film. I don't love the packaging. I'm just gonna say that I don't love the packaging. No big complaint really, just a bit rushed. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch the. And too bad that the slipcover is flimsy. Should have been thicker with a nice release like this. But Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sure I'll watch The Last Laugh again in the future and enjoy it. Has a lot of very cool, innovative camera angles and camera techniques, and a lot of the stuff feels way ahead of their time. Yeah, there's so much to say about that movie, but yeah, great film. I just thought that I would show this here at the end before the camera turns off. Yeah. Hey, you're in my spot. I have to do my exercises on my exercise mat, whatever it's called. Dogs are wonderful animals. It's not mine, by the way. I didn't buy a dog, but I am watching this dog for 2 days. It's Wednesday today, so now she rolls over. She did this. So I picked her up today at my mom's place because my mom was gonna watch her. It's a friend of hers who owns this dog, who was going away for almost a week. But my mom is away for a couple of days, so these 2 days out of the 5 days when her friend is gone, I'm watching the dog. And when I went to pick her up earlier today, not even 5 seconds after she had seen me, she was like rolling over, wanted me to pet her stomach. So we got to know each other pretty quickly. She still has the bone in her mouth. Speaking of eyes, she only has one eye. Yeah. I just thought that I would demonstrate how close by the train is, because I kind of like the fact that the train goes by sometimes. Anyway, yeah, she lost her eye. I don't know how long ago, but she's pretty young dog. She's like, I think maybe 3 years old. I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear, but I don't know if I want to. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you can take it, but I don't know. It just feels. Yeah, it's so kind of sad to hear that she lost her eye. I mean, she didn't lose it peaceful. I mean, she lost it violently, I guess you might say. I mean, basically losing your eye, pretty brutal stuff. So, yeah, but she's okay now. You can't really see that there used to be an eye because it's kind of. I mean, it's not like there's a hole or anything. It's just kind of hair. There's nothing there. I wonder how long she would be like this. She would stay like this if I didn't stop petting her. But I kind of wanna do my exercises now. Yeah, so I'm doing okay. It's alright. I mean, there's some tough things going on right now in my life, and I don't really need to be specific. But maybe that contributes to my mood of not wanting to make videos. It's just one of, I don't know. It's alright, but it's a tough situation right now. I think I'd say. Okay, you're gonna have to, hope you're satisfied now because I need to do my shit. Okay, we're good for now. I'm gonna take her out for a walk a bit later. So, well, that's the other thing. She has, she has some kind of hernia, I guess. Oh, now she has to. I put my bag in the way. Yeah, can you get past? Yeah, let's just go back. You can't be there right now. Or maybe I'm just not gonna do my exercises. I have a good excuse now. I was just at the gym, but so anyway, I'm gonna go out for a walk with her, but she can't really walk herself, so I'm gonna have to carry her in that backpack over to the there's a little field over there, or a little park. So I'll let her let her loose there. She doesn't even use a leash, which is interesting, but she can't really run away anyway. So okay, Scooch. Sorry, but you're gonna have to kind of move out of the way. Okay, we're getting ready to to leave. Are you okay in there? I hope so. I think so. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I'm a little bit nervous to go out with her actually, because I've never been out with her before. It's not my dog, and she doesn't wear a leash. So, yeah, she's gonna hopefully do some pooping and running around, and then we'll go back here. It's really nearby the park. It's like 1.5 minutes later, so it's not not very far at all. So there's the grocery store that I go to when I need something, which is pretty close, and you can't see my apartment, but it's pretty much the same distance that way. So when I need something and they're open until 11, that's what 23 means. I can just get over there in a couple minutes, which can be dangerous if you have a sweet tooth, but ultimately it's pretty convenient. I don't think she's pooped quite yet, so I'm hoping for some poop. That's the only time you'll say that, when you're out with your dog. Well, it's not my dog, but